Alright, my mic was muted. Anyways, what's up? I am back. Things are going to be a little different. I'm going to only start trading Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I reset my account. I actually reset it Wednesday, but I didn't trade Wednesday. I traded yesterday, but I didn't record anything, didn't live stream, didn't open any of that software. Just got on, traded with deck, and that was it. My son decides to start making noises now. Anyways, so I reset my account to 6,000, and yesterday I made 2,400. Like I said, I didn't record anything, but let's see. I took a screenshot of the stocks. So Casper, which is this, made 1,100 on, and let's see. I was buying like 500 shares at a time. So I have 2 times leverage in this account, but I try to keep it around 6,000. But if there's a good opportunity, I'm going to go in with like 10 or 11. So anyways, as soon as this came out, it dropped, but I went ahead and jumped in at 1440 because I was expecting a pretty decent move. I took partials at 15, 1520, 1540. On the way up, it came back down. I bought right at the bottom, 1450, because it was right at the open, which was amazing. Probably one of the best trades I've ever. Trying to remember exactly. Okay, so I sold most of it at 1530, and I was holding. It came down, and I on this pop here, I sold the rest at 1520. And then I was watching for it to hold the VWAP, and then this crack happened. I was like, holy crap. And I was like, nope, I'm done. So that's when I walked away from Casper. Tesla, I actually traded. I was trading 15 shares of Tesla back and forth and ended up making $585. So I was buying breakouts. I was shorting. My biggest win was actually here. I went short. I shorted a little early because I went short at like 760. And it popped up. So I was short here at 760. It pops up here to 62, comes back down, and it pops back up. And I added 10 shares short here at 63. And then I waited. It fell. Covered 10 shares, so I'm holding 30 shares at this time, which is pretty substantial position for $760. But so I covered 10 here. Then I covered 10. I held through this, covered 10 more at 750, and I think I covered the last 10 at like 740 maybe. Yeah, so that was a pretty good trade. It's amazing how much money you can make off of 10 or 20 shares when it's dropping $20 and $30 at a time. So I'm going to be watching Tesla today. I mean, if it's going to spike $40, $50, $80, you can make good money off of 10 shares. 10 shares, $80, it's $800. So that's pretty nice. Let's see, what else did I trade? Lost 100 on INPX, which was silly. Traded Jan. Made 420 on it. That was pre-market. I got in right here as soon as the news came out at, let's see. I think I got in at 425 as it was spiking because we were talking about it, and it was 902, so it was already locked in. And I bought just 500 shares, which was $2,000, and I held and I sold I think maybe 250 at 5, and then like 100 at 540, 100 at 6, something like that, and that alone was $421. So that was a really good start. Oops. MYO 284. That may have been also pre-market because I know I didn't trade it here. Hmm. Honestly, don't remember trading NYO yesterday. TNPX. Small little gain, $105. TNXP. I always get the X and P backwards. It's annoying. So I was actually pretty bummed about this one. So I caught some in this move here. I missed all of that. Of course, I was done trading by 10:30 on my computer, so no big deal. $100, not bad. And that was it from yesterday. I mean, I took a trade on FAMI, but it was $27. Nothing major there. INPX, that's the one INPX. This one really got on my nerves because I was in at the right spot. I lost 100 here. So I bought in at 343, I think, waiting for the break. Gives us a little false break, pulls back hard, I get out. I seen it curl around here, and then it started to sell off, and I'm like, maybe it's not going to go. I quit watching it. I did not have an alert set. Next time I look at it, it's being mentioned for almost breaking $4, and I'm like, wait a minute, I was getting in at 340, and I look at it, and I'm like, wow, I missed all of that. So, it is what it is. That's why I like to set alerts so I don't miss opportunities that I've clearly been watching. So we got 7 minutes before the bell. Let's go over the gap scanner. Here's the gap scanner so far. YTEN is probably going to be my the one I watch the most. The top gapper ASRT is 63 million in float. It's $1.83 a share, so that's not terrible, but I mean it's a high float, so I'm probably not going to really be watching it. LPTH, the next leading gapper, 24 million in float. It's not really looking great. The next one's 134 million in float, then 38 million, then 120 million. So then we get down to YTEN. This is 200,000 in float. That's crazy low. Yeah, I mean, I can only afford like 800 shares. Go ahead and top that out. Leave that at 200 so I can take partials. And that's going to be the #1 stock I watched today. The next, let's see what this chart looks like. And you have to excuse the noise. Not a great looking chart, but that's the other lowest float on the gap scanner right now. Jacob. Shh. Yeah, he's not going to care. So, YTEN is definitely going to be the one I'm watching at the open. Let me go ahead and make sure it's on my watch list. YTEN. I'm going to take this one off my watch list. Casper I'm going to leave on because it's still new IPO. Jan I'm going to take off. Oh, and Jan, you can look at the daily chart. It has a history of spiking and giving it all back, and it did the exact same thing yesterday. That's why pre-market I got in, rode the ride up, and didn't even look at it after that. Just didn't care. I knew it was going to crash. So, MYO. This stock is just not looking good on the daily. I'm going to take it off my watch. Plus, it's $24, and can't really be trading stocks in the $20 range anymore. NSPR, I've got an alert set. Doesn't look great today. PW, I put it on my watch list yesterday because it was super low float and it was gapping up, but it literally did nothing. So taking it off. And then, of course, I got Tesla on here. Don't really know what to expect. It's just put an alert above where it's at, about $10. Well, yeah, I'm almost $10, $8, whatever. And then another alert. Well, no, that's a lot of move. So we'll just leave it there and go from there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. YETN, Tesla, Casper. So, yep. And I'm gonna switch over to Deck's commentary, so y'all can listen to him. And good luck, everybody. 3 minutes to the market open. See if we can make a little bit of money today.
On with this type of stuff. So everyone go ahead and go vote. Crash, pullback, you guys know what I'm saying. Drop at the start of the day, whatever you want to think. Compound Capital. If you want my trade idea scanners, obviously click the link on the top of the menu bar. That will give you trade idea scanners. If you want the actual like codes for all the layouts and such, we do sell these because all of them are custom made. So you can head over to our Deckmart Trades website. We don't really use this website other than for these scanner layouts. But if you want to check out these custom scanners we have, like the high of the day momentum scanner, the breakout scanner, you can check them out over here, or you can just send me an email and I'll be happy to set you up with anything. So those are our scanner layouts if you're interested in that. I'm going to switch over to our other scanners, our big show scanners, I like to call them. And we're going to be ready to rock and roll for a brand new day ahead. I'm all jazzed up this morning. I'm fired up. I was up late last night as well. But I feel great. I'm ready to go. Ready to make some money. Do you got plans tonight? Yeah, I'll put AKER on the bottom level too. We will have YTEN at the top. I'll put AKER at the bottom level too. I think I'm going to actually start in a 5-minute chart, and I know that's not something I usually do. I just like that trend line on the 5-minute chart. I think it's really easy to see. You guys can see we have bounce play potential at $12.79, or possibly all the way back down to $12, or possibly all the way back down towards $11. All right, let's see. AK-47. I mean, you might hate me for this. I've never even seen Anchorman, but I know Raga Burgundy. So is that what he says? He's all jazzed up. All right, let's see. Yeah, I know. I'm slacking. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Everybody, cast your vote if you guys have not. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Share the results. Stop the poll. And what we have right here, 62% of you gorgeous people think that this stock is going to be spiking. We do have 37% thinking that it's going to be having that pullback or that crash at the start of the day. So we have right now 20 seconds till the market opens on up. YTEN, if this one starts dumping, really hard, really quickly, make sure you guys are using your head about it and look for that bounce play. If it starts spiking, of course, you guys can look for that, quick spike and that quick rip and run as well. This may try to run up towards around that 1375 mark, right away, and let's see what's going to happen here on YTEN. The market is now live. We are all set, ready to go. Looking forward to this brand new day. You gotta make sure right now, keeping the chat definitely stock related. See if we're going to be able to get any sort of big time momentum. There we go. Look at this. YTEN looks like it's going to try to be pushing upwards up towards around that $15 mark. And once again, seems like the chat is right on the money. Once again, looks like the chat is right on the money with that nice little spike right here. We'll see if it's going to be able to push all the way up towards around that $15 mark. And look at this. Stock's still moving. $15 probably going to be the target for a lot of traders. Got up towards $14.59 so far? Got up to $14.59 as fast as it goes on up, or $14.69 was the high of the day, excuse me. So $14.69 was the high of the day so far. Right now, no entries for me yet. Right now, I'm up $6,000 on the week. So as of now, I'm up $6,000 on the week. Last week, I was able to make $8,500. So I'm up about 14 grand over the past 2 weeks now. Right now, we are having a pretty strong pullback. We could definitely look for a possible bounce play. Hopefully, it can maybe bounce a little bit or fall even lower. So no entries for me at this time. Still just watching, still just waiting for that easy money. That easy money, that easy potential. So far, 1250 trying to hold up. It's more like this line right now that's trying to hold on up. A little bit of top of these candles, bottom of this candle, down towards around like 1220, 1225. So that's been the line so far. Right now, YTEN, definitely the most hot play. Definitely the hottest play in the market. Absolutely over on YTEN. So at this time, we're still being smart, waiting for that big volume, waiting for any sort of activity to kind of push on through, and we'll see what's going to be coming on up here. YTEN trying to find that bottom area and U-shape up and around. Volume on AKER, not really too much just yet. Right now, YTEN still number one play. We know how, again, Fridays sometimes do get very, very tricky. So we need to be smart about how we're trading. We need to make sure we're not forcing anything or putting ourselves in a bad position. Right now, YTEN is looking a little bit weaker. If it cracks through that 12.25 mark, $12 is next, and then probably like 11.25. YTEN battling that $13 mark. As we talked about, guys, Fridays are either going to be massive hits or they're going to be massive misses. So let's see what we're going to get here coming on up in the near future. Are we going to be able to get that big time breakout? Let's not forget about MYO. MYO should be, kind of finishing off today. I think that stock, could definitely kind of go more towards the red side. As the company came out 2 days ago saying that there's no reason for the stock to be up that high. APDN getting a little bit of volume. So APDN, a little bit of volume. This stock came out with a patent press release this morning. Again, APDN had a patent press release this morning. This stock, the target on this play, APDN, would be that $5 mark. PDEX, a little bit of a pop. Right now, being smart, being safe. Want to put ourselves in good positions. APDN had the patent press release. YTEN getting a little bit weaker here. Boat Dog, you having issues on TD? Is TD not like filling you or getting you out of a play? So right now, again, I'm really focused on this high of the day momentum scanner. I want to see, what's going to be bringing in the volume, what's going to bring in that momentum, and what could really bring in that big time hype. $717 share. At least you got out with some money. TD's giving you a couple different issues right here. At least you got out with some profit, $163. So that's good to be able to come out on top at least. Right now, YTEN. Watch that possible drop even more. That's going to have $12.25, $12 support, and then I'm thinking probably all the way back down towards around like $11.25 or so, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I've been even like when I post a video on YouTube and I like show my TD Ameritrade, a lot of traders like, "Oh wow, how are you using TD Ameritrade?" Because it's been giving a lot of traders issues. MTBC, a little bit of volume over there. I like MTBC, a little bit of volume. We could check to see if that stock has any sort of reason or any sort of news towards it. That stock looks like it's more of a continuation breakout. What do you have here? Expands first half threshold. So that's just for a schedule coming on up. Nothing really too crazy. The stock has gone from this morning about 540 to 568. We'll keep that one on watch still, but I like it. Again, I'm trying to just find that best one for us to kind of make that big time money. SINT may be a little bit of a dead cat bounce play. If you guys look over on SINT, SINT has gone from 325 all the way down to a low of 95 cents. Maybe SINT could be a little bit of a dead cat bounce. Oh, SINT had an offering 3 days ago, which destroyed it. Right now, still just watching. Still just watching. Still just waiting. Still seeing if we're going to get any sort of that big time volume. See where that activity is going to be pushing towards. Right now, I have not pulled the trigger on anything. Just want to show you guys that as well. So again, just want to be open, honest. Again, nothing I have going on right now. 0 out of 0 out of 0. So nothing I have going on my end at this moment. So as always, I just want to show you guys my TD Ameritrade screen just so you guys can see it. Right now, YTEN coming down towards around 1210. PIXY, a little bit of hype. PIXY, a little bit of volume. We're just really trying to find that best mover. And every time I see a low float stock pop up on the top gainer board, you know, I'm just typing it in over on like Yahoo Finance to see if there's any sort of news. PIXY is trying to get a little bit of a rip. Let's see if there's any sort of filing. SINT trying to get a little bit of that dead cat bounce. I feel like a lot of traders are just a little scattered right now. A lot of traders are a little scattered, all trying to figure out, you know, where's the spike going to be? Where's the rip going to be? YTEN, watch for again a little bit of that dump play. I'm thinking more down towards around that like 1125-ish mark, YTEN. We could possibly see, you know, some good areas for a bounce play if it ever came down towards those lows. So a lot of traders still keeping this stock on watch. Let's add the VWAP to these charts right now. VWAP is up towards around 1240. We're good right now. We are good. No reason to put ourselves in a position just to lose. You know, right now we are absolutely fine. Right now, there's no reason to force. No reason to force right now. We are absolutely fine at this moment, team. Fridays are tricky. Fridays get tough. And that's how Fridays usually are. So let's make sure we're continuing to be smart on these plays. Right now, a little bit of a bounce play. YTN's getting some decent bouncing, and that's the good thing about it. It's gotten some decent bounce plays so far. Stock got a little bit of a bounce along where, like 1170, I want to say. I actually want to see one more crack towards this play, back down towards this line around like 1120-ish. That's where I wanted to get in. AKER at this time, not doing anything. AKER, even though it has a good chart set up, nothing going on with that play at this time. Good chart set up, but nothing going on with it at this time. I know a lot of traders are kind of just looking to see where that momentum's going to be going. Let's make sure we also keep our eyes peeled, maybe over on MYO. MYO, you know, trying to get a little bit of the momentum back into this play. This thing could possibly run all the way back up towards like $22 or so. So if we take a look over on pre-market, we can see that this stock had a pretty nice drop and may try to make a little bit of a move or a little bit of a run back on up. All about staying smart. Going through our top gainers. Number one top gainers, ASRT. Do we need anything on ASRT right now? No. Number two, OCN. OCN, 134 million in float. The stock, you might say, Deck, that's a nice move. It's only moved 8 cents. The stock's 134 million in float. Basically, the stock moves like this. Okay, so OCN with it being 134 million in float, probably not something you want. LPTH, nothing I'm seeing there. KZR getting a little bit more activity. KZR, that stock, you know, number 4 top gainer, number 5 top gainer. And then YTEN still looking for a little bit of that drop. We'll see how low that thing is going to be able to go down towards. So KZR trying to get a little bit of action now. But you can see a little spread out right here. A little spread out with the volume. Traders are looking all over the place. New high of the day on BNTC now. So a lot of stocks are a little bit here and there. You know, people are like, oh, let's hop in on this one. Let's hop in on this one. We want to make sure we're all on the same page. KZR is going to have $5 top resistance. $5, as we know, top resistance area. If it can break that, then we could definitely start seeing some new highs. But again, $5, $10, $15, $20, all very tough areas to be able to break through. Yeah, NYO just uptrending on pure willpower. I like it. That's all it is. That's all I see as well. KZR still trying. I'm not really too comfortable. NYO, there's a little bit of a pop that we were talking about. I'm not really too comfortable with trying to get in on NYO, to be honest, but stock is definitely trying to move a little bit. Maybe a small little scalp play. I was hoping AKER may get a little action. That doesn't seem like that's going to happen though. YTEN, not really anything going on right there. All right, so nothing yet, team. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. We are good. We are ready to rock. Ready to go. Stay smart at this time. Our play will come. Our play will come. You build it, they will show up. Deck, that's not the saying at all. Okay, close though. Also, side note, posted this a few times already. Make sure you check out brand new YouTube lesson, how I made $5,000 in 5 minutes. So again, when you guys get a second, make sure you guys go check that out. Great video, really short, only 5 minutes long, and again, shows an awesome trade. So I really want YTEN to start dumping again. I would still look for a bounce play on YTEN. I really would. I would still look for a bounce play on YTEN. But I need that to get a nice hard dump, really crack and crash off, and have people be like, "Oh my gosh, this is it," and get super scared. So that's what I like to see on these type of plays, where they crash and fall, and you really get super scared behind them, and that would be kind of the best area. AKER would have to make some sort of U-shaped pattern for that one to go on a nice spike. BNTC is getting a little bit of love. BNTC, that stock's getting a little bit of love. That just hit a 20 count right now. BNTC, does this have any sort of press release, any sort of reason? What do we have here? BNTC 7 days ago came out with a cash flow report. All right. Is there anything else over on BNTC that would lead towards this climb? BNTC, January 31st. Any filing? Filing? No filings I see on BNTC. Did just hit like a little bit of a 20 count. I can put this on the bottom level too right now. BNTC. Check out how the spread is and such. Yeah, it's a little bit of a bigger spread, about 38 cents on that spread. Yeah, not really too much volume towards that play either. So I put BNTC on the bottom in case that stock was able to make any sort of play for us. YTEN, let's see if we can get a crack here. And again, I would love to see a nice strong dump over on YTEN. Good job, Tyron. Awesome work. And I know, again, it's a little bit tricky right now. I know it's a little bit tricky to find that best play. And as I said, what I'm really looking for is just maybe a YTEN bounce play. Down towards lows of the $11 range, and that could be anywhere from 11.20 all the way down towards the $11 range. That's really what I'm looking at this time, unless YTEN starts making maybe some sort of U-shaped pattern and breaks through the VWAP. If YTEN falls down towards around $11, we could look for a bounce play, or if it starts breaking up through the VWAP, maybe YTEN could start getting a little bit of love then. So you see, it's like maybe trying to make a little bit of that like red to green move. Maybe that could be a nice play for us as well. I'll delete that then, no problem. So YTEN, I could imagine this as a U-shaped pattern. And I could imagine this play, be able to get some nice hype, be able to bring some nice momentum in. But if the stock does turn, as it is getting a little bit archy, that's where it's probably going to dump on down. But still, the number one play I want to watch. The VWAP is currently at that. Let me see. VWAP. Got to refresh my screen real quick. Is going to be right at 1252. So 1252 is YTEN. Next bounce play. I mean, some traders are going to look to bounce that at 1150, or you look at yesterday's high, which is right around $11. So it's either going to have two different lines. Traders are going to either try to bounce it right at the old bounce play, which is 1150, or traders are going to look to bounce it right here around that $11 mark. So those are the two different bounce plays if you guys are interested on the bounce on YTEN. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a crack. Watch for again that either A, 1150 mark, or again B, traders going to look down towards more towards around that $11 area. So bids are getting a little bit weaker here. Yeah, Midtown. If you put a ticker, just make sure you always put a credible press release. One of the big things about chat guys is I always want to make sure that our chat is always clean and credible. Putting a ticker doesn't really tell us too much. If you put XYZ, XYZ what? XYZ building higher lows come up to resistance. XYZ had this press release. XYZ this. So again, always make sure everything. A good way to think about it is if your alert is not benefiting someone else, well then again, don't put it. Right? So we always want to put clean, good, accurate alerts that are going to help us, all become better traders. And, not calling you out or anything, just want to kind of put that out there for all new traders, especially in our chat. We want to make sure our chat is clean, it's credible, there's no spam, no junk, no pumping, no dumping. Everything we put here is to help other traders out and making sure we're being better as a team. So YTEN, we either got to wait for a crack or for the stock to be able to get above the VWAP. And if it can get above the VWAP, that's where, again, we could see some nice momentum. Let's still take a look over on AKER. AKER, again, needs to get all the way up through 380. There is no news towards it. All it has is the good chart pattern towards it. So I love the chart pattern, absolutely. But, right now, the traders did give it all back. If it could come back up to 380, then possibly, yes. The good news is that it is still very, very early. We are only 19 minutes into the market. Now on Fridays, we usually go up towards around like 10:45, and then right around like 10:45 to 11 o'clock is where we start wrapping up our day. And you're like, oh, Deck, that's kind of early. That's how we do it on Fridays, because Fridays, as we talked about, guys, is either usually a grand slam or it's usually nothing. That is, what we usually see on our Fridays, either a grand slam or it's nothing. So hopefully we can still get that grand slam, but it's going to have to come within the next 45 minutes, or what's going to happen? Traders are going to start giving up, right? Traders are going to start giving up, and they're going to start saying, that grand slam isn't coming today. I'm going to, wrap it up for my weekend, right? And just like I would say, hey guys, that grand slam's not coming right now. I'm going to wrap it up for my weekend. And then you say, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up for my weekend. Yeah, okay, it's a little late. I'll pick it up on Monday. So a lot of traders, all have that train of thought where they, say that, and that's why we want to see the breakout within the next hour or so. If we don't see the breakout within the next hour, most likely that breakout will not come. That's what Yahoo Finance says over on YTEN. YTEN still has some life in it. Maybe still looking for a little bit of that U-shape pattern. So we do have YTEN, guys, starting to get a little bit of hype. Look at this. All right, YTEN may try to make a little bit of that U-shape pattern at this point. And this is where, again, we're going to see some strong action. We could either see YTEN start, breaking on out, or YTEN could possibly get a little fake out breakout where it shoots on up and then comes right back down really hard. But this is still the trade that people are looking at, right? This is still the trade that people are focused on, and this is the trade, honestly, that if we are going to get a breakout, I think, this will be where it will be at. And that's just because everyone's aware of it. This is the one that we have been talking about. This is the one that we have been focused on, the one where, we have seen the most momentum. And that's, just kind of my thought process. So we want to continue to keep this play on watch, as we are right next to those top VWAP areas. Stock's getting very jumpy at this time, trying to get that breakout, but definitely is having a little bit of trouble. And there you go. See? So there's that little bit of that crack right there. And this is where, the stock may get a little bit more ugly. And I'm really just waiting for maybe a little bit of that bounce play. So it hit that VWAP and it got rejected at the moment. Hit the VWAP, got rejected at the moment. So YTEN still number one play. But if YTEN starts dumping on off, I'm definitely going to be looking for our entries way down towards around that $11 low area. The stock did just come down towards around that 1150 mark. I want more like 1112, 1110, because it would be a very small, it'd be a very dramatic drop if this thing does crash. Now, why am I looking at that area? That is the area of where it closed off of yesterday. So I would like to see this really strong dramatic drop and bring us to right where we closed off yesterday. Those were right around those highs, right around the $11 mark, where the stock could get filled and we could get that bounce play. So let's see how hard this thing is going to drop right here, because we are starting to see that dramatic drop at that moment. See if we can maybe get a little bit of a bounce play. Be able to make some nice profit. So let's see, YTN, how low are you going to go for us here? We want to get that nice little crack. Even lower. Got that nice crack even lower. Obviously, this is where a lot of traders were focused on. And BNTC just got a small little pop, guys. BNTC, the stock just got a small little pop, and this is a play that doesn't really have too much news towards it. BNTC is halted. Let's kind of understand this. BNTC is kind of reminding me a little bit of SNES. And why do I say that, guys? BNTC, to be completely honest, only has 93,000 shares traded. 93,000 shares traded. This could easily just be like a chat out there or something, to be honest. So, I don't really see too much news on this play, and with only 93,000 shares, imagine if everyone bought, I don't know, if everyone bought 2,000 shares on this play. Oh, really? Side note, guys, we are seeing YTEN. Here's the pullback. YTEN, here's the pullback. So YTEN on the stock. Here's the pullback on this play, and let's see if the stock, jumps back on up now. So we want to see the stock, jump back on up above that $11 mark. And that's where we're going to be able to make some nice profit. So it just came on down towards these lows. Again, just came down towards these lows, and that was yesterday's high of the day, right around that $11 mark. Now, of course, looking for that bounce play to be able to move back up towards like 1125 to 1150, and then that's where we're going to be able to make some nice profit on the stock. So I was like looking elsewhere at the moment. And just like this, we have this nice bounce play all the way up towards around that 1130 mark from those low $11 areas. So let's see if we're going to be able to hold above the 1125 and be able to keep on going from here. A little bit of a drop. Let's see here. Nice bounce so far, though. Nice bounce so far. Yep, AVK, am I in? Yep, I got in on the bounce play back down towards around that $11 mark. So I'm looking for back up around that 1125 area. So right at the $11 bounce, that's where I was in. And still, again, looking to hold this play on out and see how high this thing can go on up. So I had a limit order set, as I said, down towards around $11.10, $11. Stock came on down, actually dropped a little bit lower down to $10.80. And then I tried to hop in and As the stock came down to 1080, I was also doing some market orders at the bottom because I thought that was just way too low. So right now I want to see if this is going to be able to push back on up. Stop loss would be at like 1105. I locked in some profit already, but I just want to see if it's going to hold on up. Again, a little bit later here. 500, lock out the rest. All right, I'll take my small little gain. Small little gain right here. Small little gain of only $341. Small little gain, not much, but $341. So not really that big, but again, I will take it. So not really that big, but it is better than nothing. So I am 100% out of that play right now. You could possibly look for another little bounce play. If you guys are wondering again how I got in on this play, all I did was limit order. I had, look at this at the bottom, limit order at 1110, 1104, 1102, and then 1097. And then once I saw it drop all the way down to like 1080, I started buying some market orders because I was like, wow, this is way too low. So that's where I started buying some market orders on that play. So small gain right here, small gain on the stock, only $341. But I'll take that. I mean, that's better than nothing. 341 bucks, more than what I woke up with this morning. I'll also take a screenshot of this P&L so you guys can see it. I just want to make it a little bit smaller. I did have, a good amount of shares on that play. Yeah, so I'm going to take a screenshot of this. 341 bucks, nothing to write home about. Nothing to be too impressed by. But, that was just off of a little bit of a bounce play right there. And, YTN still may try to bounce. So YTN, $341 bounce play. Not a ton of profit, but more than what I woke up with. When the stock was up towards around that like 1130 mark, I was up about $1,000, but the stock couldn't hold up that area. So there is my profit. Again, Billy Madison, love the name. Make sure you guys post over in profits chat. Again, your profits. We just always want to keep it clean and credible. But again, awesome job for anyone who else got that little bit of a play. BNTC, guys, I'm not touching BNTC. As I said, BNTC reminds me a little bit of SNES, where I think this was a little bit of traders hopping in on this play, and I think it's going to come crashing right on down. I don't think there's enough volume towards that play to hold it on up right now. I mean, hey, if it can start getting back above $8, then then we'll probably see our next leg on up. But as of now, I don't really think that's going to happen at this moment. Moscani, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I just don't like to call anyone out. But I was thinking the same thing. You just know that's not my style to ever bash someone. But yeah, that kind of looks like that sort of setup. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Let's just stay away from it at this time. Yeah, so look at that. BNTC now halted on the sell side as basically that whole entire group basically bought that stock on up off of nothing, 86,000 shares, and then all just sold it. So that whole entire thing right there was just definitely a group of traders all just bought BNTC. No one else bought BNTC. So then now they're all selling BNTC, and now everyone's losing. So that's just what's happening over on BNTC right there. So we do not need that one. It's 10 o'clock at this time. Is there anything that's a little bit more consistent for us? Any play that's a little bit more consistent that can be able to make us, some nice strong profits? See, ASRT. Where's YTEN at this time? The YTEN like fall off the map, or where's that at? YTN down towards around 1080. CSPR. Where's that at? CSPR. Ooh, yeah, CSPR getting ugly. Again, Van City, looking at CSPR, IPOs guys are honestly, they're a gamble. It's a red or black. It's a head or tails. It's an up or down, right? You don't know. You don't know where an IPO is going to go. We don't have any past chart history pattern. We don't have any indicators. We don't have, anything that is going to tell us where CSPR will go next. It's just an absolute gamble. AKER trying to get a little bit of a pop. Okay, we can check that out. Okay, AKER starting to get a little bit of loving over here. So AKER, that stock again, obviously, one that we've been watching and one that we like, and we want to see if AKER is going to be able to stay consistent with us right here at this time. Now, AKER has been a stock we've been keeping on watch. It is starting to break that $4 mark. Let's see if AKER is going to start getting a little bit more volume or hype towards it. Look at this. Stock is coming right up towards around that $4 mark. AKER, let's see this $4 break. I know traders want it. Now the stock's starting to get a little bit of hype now. And this is the stock that could possibly run pretty good just because the stock is only, 236,000 in float. So 236,000 in float. I know a lot of traders are really interested on this type of play. And this is what we'd like to see. Now, again, it is a little bit scary because, again, we are looking for that $4 break, and we need that $4 break to really bring in that big-time hype and momentum. Let's see if we're going to be able to get that $4 break right here on AKER. Traders are definitely trying to push this play on up, but it's just a little bit troubling at this moment if the stock cannot break through $4. There's a nice little push right here. Here comes $4 once again. Let's see. I would love to see a $4 break on AKER and this stock be able to run and rip. Really get traders excited, push this thing up to like 420. Now, AKER, this is a stock that has one of the best looking daily charts we have seen. So this is one of the best looking daily charts that we have seen, and that's one of the best things I like about it. But at the same time, if this stock cannot break $4, it is going to give everything back. So look at that. We did have a little bit of a pop right up towards around that $4 mark. But now, again, giving a lot back right here. It's trying. It's trying. I like this play. I love it. I love AKER. It just needs to break through $4. So what do you got for us, AKER? Are you going to break? I mean, that long upper shadow right there, it's trying. Has the potential. So yeah, what have we seen today? Basically just small pops and dumps. That's basically it. As we talked about, guys, Fridays are either big time hits or Fridays are big time misses. And as of now, we are 35 minutes into the market. As of now, we are on all misses. No real hits yet. No real hits yet. I was hoping really hard right there that AKER was going to be able to kind of take things off, but we have not been able to see a big time spike yet. So maybe if that could come back up to $4 and actually stay above it. We had a $4 touch. Maybe if it could get back up towards that area. I'm gonna have to stay really small though, because I just don't trust anything right now on a Friday. And you can see volume's definitely getting a little bit lighter. Volume's getting a little bit weaker here. BYND, a little bit of a pop and climb.
All right, what's up, guys? So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up for the day. Finishing up 344 on, I lost 90 on AKER. BNTC, I made 450. Bought 1,100 shares into the halt. As it came out, I was basically buying, up here. YTEN, after I fixed the pen and paper trade, I'm down $15. So a little disappointed there, but the first trade, pen and paper trade I made on it was a scratch. The second was buying here on the bounce. because of, well, the line I had drawn there before. It was perfect, you know. So I made probably 200 there, then I lost 200-ish. So, you know, $15 loss on that one. And then, well, you just seen my AKER trade. So finishing up 344. So I'm going to go ahead and walk away for the day. Take my profits with me. We'll be back Monday. And now YTEN's getting at a little bit of a turnaround here. But either way, it's Friday, you know, not a lot of volume. It's been pretty slow this morning. We haven't seen anything crazy. So thanks for watching, everybody. Good luck trading.